Welcome to the Akwaflow Crypto Lab. In today's video, I'm going to share the first draft of my new XRP top indicators. If it works as expected, it will help us to detect great selling opportunities in the future. But before we take a look at these new indicators, let's talk about the big picture chart. In my previous video, I predicted that XRP would go down after the pump that we had in July. How did I manage to anticipate the future? I simply analyzed what happened in the past. You remember when we had our previous breakout during the previous cycle, right? When we went up, then we came back down to retest the band. And again, we have a new breakout, we go up and we come down to retest the band, just right here. And this is why I was able to anticipate what would happen. After the breakout, we needed to retest the band. This is how these markets work. Former resistances become supports and vice versa. The bull-bear band is not just random band. It's the band that has determined with 100% accuracy if we were in a bull market or in a bear market. So this band is a big deal. It took us a very long time to cross it, and now that we have crossed it just right here, we couldn't go higher before retesting it as support. This is the way it works. The good news is I'm pretty confident that it will hold, so do not panic just yet. Stay level-headed, this is part of the plan. All this area should be a solid support. The three levels to watch is the top of the band, of course the bottom of the band, and the middle line that we have just right here, which is currently the 180 weeks exponential moving average. So this has not changed. The top of the band is around 64 cents. The EMA is around 51 cents. And the bottom of the band is around 41 cents. If XRP goes below the band and stays below it, we are in trouble. But as long as we stay inside the band, we are good, guys. And if we are able to survive the retest of the band as a support, I expect XRP to have explosive moves in the future. Now, what about the cloud chart? The cloud chart confirms that the area around 50 cents is a solid support. Indeed, the cloud chart is around this area right now. In addition, we had this huge resistance in the past, and now that we are above it, it should become a support. That's why the 50 cents area is a very strong support. I'm not saying that XRP will go that low, but if we do not panic and keep an eye on this chart. Then on this chart, we have also the buy-sell indicator. As you can see on the previous candle, we had a huge sell signal. So we were expecting a substantial downside movement, just like what happened in the past. Remember, here we have a sell signal, huge move to the downside. Here we have a sell signal, we have a move to the downside. Sell signal, huge move to the downside, sell signal, move to the downside. And even here, we have a retest of the cloud indicator after the sell signal. That's how we knew that a correction was coming. Now pay attention to the fact that we had pretty close signals, right? We have one signal just right here and another one just right here, so they are very close. This means that XRP was overbought here and here. So we needed to slow things down, and thanks to the correction, the market can recharge its batteries. It's just market structure at its purest form. XRP was here, we went up, correction. We went up, correction. We went up, correction. This is perfect, guys. The last thing I want to show you on this chart is why we stopped just right here at this particular level. For that, let's take a step back and let's use the Fibonacci indicator. So we will get it from the top to the bottom just right here. And you see that we stopped at this particular level, which is the red line. And now it becomes very clear why this level is so important. Look, in the past, we got rejected by it just right here. After crossing it, we went back to retest it as a resistance, and after it was an official bear market. Then here it was exactly the same thing. We came back down, we retested it as a resistance, we closed below it, resistance for all this time, right? And we have a new bottom. And right now we got rejected by it again. So keep this level in mind, it's around 87 cents. Now it's time to talk about my top indicators. Remember that these indicators are experimental, but they could give us pretty good results in the future. In pink, we have the gum indicator. The rule is simple. XRP cannot go above it. So every time that we touch it, it's an opportunity to sell. Let's take some examples. So let's see what happened in the past. So for example, you see that here we touched it, right? We touched it and we got rejected by it and we didn't go further, right? Even here, we touched it, but we didn't go further. We touched it, we didn't go further. We touched it, we didn't go further, and we had a correction. Then what happened when we were there? It was the same thing. We pierced it, but we didn't go above it. We got rejected, right? Here again, we got rejected. Here again, we got rejected. Here, we got rejected. And it goes on and on and on. Every time that we pierce the gum indicator, we got a rejection from it, or we don't go above it, right? Because in the previous examples, you see that when we were there, indeed, we kept on going up, but each candle stopped at the area of the indicator. So you can see that here also, we were in a bear market, we touched it and we got a rejection. Here again, it was the beginning of the current cycle that we are in. We touched it, we have a correction, and more recently, we touched it again and we got our rejection. So as you can see, this indicator is pretty good at detecting the top of the current candle. As soon as a candle touches it, we cannot go above the indicator, so the candle gets stopped. Yet, I needed to use it in conjunction with another indicator to make it better at catching major tops. So I created also the green indicator that we see just right here. We will call it the peas indicator. I know I'm pretty creative with the names of my indicators. Let me know if you like them. And it's the same principle. This indicator is good at catching major tops. Look, here we have the start of the bull run. We touched the indicator and we have a correction. Again, we have a moonshot. We touched the indicator and we went into a bear market, right? After this, we touched the indicator and we have the SEC sell-off, right? Then we went up again, we pierced the indicator and touched the gum indicator and we went into a bear market. Currently, the peas indicator is around $1.26. And remember that it moves with the current price. So if the price starts going up, the indicator will start going up also, right? That's why the targets are always moving. Now I'm looking for confluences between these two indicators. Why? Because in the past, you see that when we have a confluence area between these two indicators, we have a greater opportunity to sell. Look, here we have this indicator crossing and we have the correction. Again, this indicator crossing, we have the correction. Then you see that here these indicators were pretty far away from each other, but when they joined, it's not a coincidence. We have the price jumping just at the level of the point of confluence. This is incredible. And again, just right here, we have a huge area of confluence and the price got attracted to it, right? So in the future, if I see XRP going up and at the same time we have a confluence area between these two indicators, it will be a good indication that we may have reached a major top. I'm currently working on other tops indicators. If you don't want to miss them, you just have to subscribe to the channel. And if you like the content, give me a thumbs up. That's all for today's video, and as always, time will tell.